here we go. Stand up and dance experiment.
God is my source, God is my power, God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God is everything I need. So I give thanks for my blessings. God is everything I need. God is my soul, God is my soul, God is my power, God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. One more time, what an affirmation. Here we go. God is my source, God is my source, God is my power, God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. God is everything I need. God is everything I need.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? What a beautiful morning. Yeah, we had a beautiful time last night. We had our dinner for 8 at Myrna and John Griffin's house. Oh, and boy, it was so lovely and such a beautiful dinner she laid out. So thank you, John and Myrna. Say hi, John and Myrna. Hi, Myrna. Thank you for that. Let's see, I have a few announcements. Thank you, David Haas, for your prelude music this morning on the harp. We don't get to hear that enough, do we? Thank you so much. Let's see. This Wednesday night at 7 p.m., we're on the third Wednesday, and we will offer Evensong. I'll let Dave talk about that.
Yes, we like to think of that as opening to the presence within using song and silence. So that is in total candlelight. We have songs and quotes and things over an hour. One of my favorite things that we do here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've done this for a long, long time, and since the pandemic, we have started also putting that Evensong service on our YouTube channel, and I send that out on a Monday after we do it, I think, so that you can go back and look at that. I noticed on one of those Evensong services, it had like 269 views. So I think that's a person that's watching it over and over and over, because it's so powerful. It's so powerful to hear those positive words in those songs. And I know that some people go back to sleep, you know, at night they put that on and go back to sleep with that music and those powerful words moving through their head and their being. So very healing. Thank you, Dave, for everything you do of that Evensong. Really good. We have a fundraiser going on. We are creating a CSL cookbook right now. So Joni, I see she was going to stand at the door and require recipes before you came in. Because a cookbook really isn't very effective without recipes, just saying. But you've gotten quite a few now, haven't you?
Right, I'm getting close to 35.
35, all right. So our goal is going to be over 150 or something we would like. So please write down, I know it takes some time to sit and write down the recipes. I finally did do it, and you can put in as many as you would like. I really am looking forward to purchasing this cookbook for gifts, because I love the cooks in this congregation, in this membership. So be sure you get your sheets to write those down and get them to Joni. Joni, thank you so much for heading that up. Okay, put your ears on. These are a couple important things. Our August CSL date night is coming up on Friday the 25th at 7 p.m. We will have an outdoor concert with homemade ice cream, and this month's music guests are Ellen Hutto and Pete Halliday. So, yeah, very excited. If you haven't heard Ellen sing, then life is not complete yet. So, what a lovely voice she has, and a lovely presentation that her and Pete put on outside in the summertime under our tree. With Nancy, you're in here with Nancy's homemade ice cream. No? You won't be here.
I won't be here.
Okay. We will have some kind of ice cream. But we got Ellen, right?
Okay, I'm here.
All right. So that is August 25th, 7 p.m. Let's see, what's next? Our street dance is coming up as well. So have you been to our street dance? Yes? Oh, there's a lot of people that didn't raise their hands. Good. A lot of people coming to the street dance. So we actually do dance in the street. Our band this year is Wave 11. So they're kind of a young, groovy band that will play a lot of kind of funky jazz or funky dance music. So that should be a lot of fun. We also have a barbecue dinner happening at 5 p.m. So you come, and there is a cost for it. It's kind of a fundraising event, but the love offering will be towards the band. So $10 for the dinner, and then maybe a love offering for the band. I have sign-up sheets over here. If you would like to donate a salad, we have a place for that. If you would like to help out by setting up or cleaning up, I have a sign-up sheet for that as well. The street dance is just kind of a good old-fashioned end of summer fun. That happens on September 8th. That's a Friday night, right? From 5 to 8 p.m. So look at the sign-up sheet. If you have any questions, ask somebody on court counsel. If you have any questions, raise your hands, court counsel, so people can see who you are. All right. Thank you very much. Next week is Potluck Sunday. That's the third Sunday. We also will have a spiritual cinema. And the cinema is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Tom Hanks. So that's a story about Mr. Rogers. That will happen after the potluck next week, and that also is a love offering. All right. I think I'm finished babbling about announcements. What? Oh, you're right. So we just got a call this morning from Michael Mandrell, who is coming back through. Michael is an acoustic guitarist, singer, songwriter who lives in Taos, New Mexico. And he's coming back through and wants to stop and do another concert for us on a Wednesday night. It is the fourth Wednesday. What's the date? Do you know?
Yes,
23rd? 23rd, I think. So of August. It's coming up soon, and I think it is. Is that true?
Yeah.
so it's next Wednesday, not this coming one.
So we will, instead of having spiritual practices that Wednesday, we will have a concert with Michael Mandrell, and that will be an offering, a love offering as well. Yeah? Yeah. All right. Man, we're full here, aren't we? Okay. So let me relax here and take a deep breath. You all can relax and take a deep breath as well as we get into that center heart space where we can all meet beyond right and wrong, like Rumi says, and let us speak our vision statement together in this space. This center offers a path for awakening to the realization of oneness, open hearts, inspired by, empowered love. Our spiritual community welcomes all people to embrace oneness as the truth of our being. Together we see a world of love, peace, and abundance for all.
within my mind, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my heart, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my life, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
And it is this silence and this sacred stillness as we breathe together. We breathe the breath of life, the divine essence of the universe. And I know this one breath is of the one power, the one presence that creates all, sustains all, is all. This is God, Spirit, love, oneness, called by many names, but expressing itself as all-seeing and unseen creation in wholeness, perfection, completeness. And I know I am an active expression of this oneness, of its peace, its harmony, its love, its joy, its abundance. For it moves in and through and as all of its creation, as me, as each one of us. And we are unified in this allness of spirit. And what is true for each of us is true for all of us. For we are unique and diverse expressions of that one sustaining essence of life. So today I declare that we live in deep reverence for the holiness of each life. And we see each life as an expression of spirit as spirit sees itself. A complete, perfect, whole expression of itself, full of opportunity, of unlimited possibilities, of love, of compassion, of goodness. And we are grateful for the recognition of this spirit and the diversity of life. And we are grateful for the unlimited possibilities of living this life where everything that we need is already available in its allness. We are grateful to feel this divine presence as it guides our path in wondrous ways in a fulfilling life, that we are open and grateful for this Spirit that is available for wisdom in our decisions, for abundance in our life, for opportunities to live the life we envision, and that unifies us with all of His expression. And so we declare that we are each open to a greater yet to be expression of our divine beingness and all the possibilities that are available to us, that is our inherent birthright. And for each prayer request, I know that the activity of God is already active right now, that abundance of wisdom, opportunity, and love, that fullness of life, is expressing in the midst of each situation, bringing health, abundance, wisdom, comfort. Each request is guided to its highest and best expression. For in Spirit, expressing through each request, there are unlimited possibilities for expression, for our greatest experience in this life. And I am so grateful for this abundance of opportunity, this abundance of joy, this abundance of all good things that is ours today. And I give thanks for this gathering, for this blessed gathering of God's creation, for the musicians, for the volunteers, for the message, and for each one here today. I know that this divine light that is ours radiates from each other. It enhances, renews, and uplifts each one of us here. So being grateful for this life, its unlimited opportunities, its multiple expressions, and just the goodness of all that we are. I release these words into the law, knowing it is already so. It is already a part of the divine inheritance coming into fruition. The Spirit always says yes. So we just release, knowing in full expectation that all is well as we join together and declare, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm tired. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul.
Good morning. If for some reason there is something on your mind that's weighing heavily, something that is sort of blocking your full expression of the divinity that you are, please leave your concerns, your worries in the prayer chest just down the stairs to the left, and the practitioner will be doing affirmative prayer on your behalf this week. From Marianne Williamson, the opportunities for infinite possibility exist no matter what age we are. The fastest way to bring more wonderful examples of abundance into your personal experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already there. Esther Hicks. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry.
looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. And if I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all around. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always.
Thank you so much, David Hawes. Thank you so much. Isn't that a beautiful song? I had to have that song because the sunshine almost always makes me high. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Well, today I do have a video message. As you can see, our August focus is the abundance of God. And I have Reverend Abigail Scherer, and she is from CSL Seattle. She is an assistant minister there, and I know that we have not seen her yet. And the message is a little bit longer, although I did even edit some of it out. But I did think it was really good about abundance. She gives us some things to think about, some things to talk about with talking sticks. So to remember to write down your questions if you have them. And here she is, Abigail Scherer, I believe is how you say it.
When Genghis Khan invaded Turkestan, his Mongol soldiers stopped at a village of Rigara. And most of the villagers had fled because they heard about his terrible treatment of villagers, basically murdering everybody. And there was this man, Khawaja Arif. Arif was working peacefully at his loom, just working away. Genghis Khan and all his Mongols just coming all in. And, Genghis Khan was like, who is this guy just working at his loom? So he had he had a reef brought to him. And Genghis Khan asked him through an interpreter, "Why don't you run in terror from me? Like, why? Why are you just working on your loom?" And Reef said, "My outer attention is always on my work, but my inner attention is on God. I have no time to notice what's happening in the world around me." And Genghis Khan was so impacted by this man that he decided to leave that village in peace. And he just went on to the next village and murdered all those people. But that village, he didn't. Now that's the kind of knowingness that I want to have. The knowingness that Arif had. That's what I want to cultivate in me and in you continuously. That no matter what is happening on the outside, I am so connected and rooted in knowing that God is my source, that it does not matter what's going on. I am so clear that I am fully supported, that I live in a universe of support and love and opulence and joy and connection and peace and health and well-being, that it does not matter what is happening around me. Are you doing that? Is your attention so turned on God that nothing else matters? Because when we surrender to the divine presence and the power of love within, everything is taken care of. All my needs are met. Once you start to trust Source, you stop insisting that everything has to look the way your ego wants it to. And you start realizing that something better and bigger is emerging through you. This faith allows us to have powerful healing action in the world. But sometimes we have to go through a little bit of evolution in order to recognize it. Sometimes we need to have tools and ways of being to shift from one level of consciousness to the next level. And so I want to talk a little bit about the 4 stages of consciousness, because there's 4 stages or kingdoms of consciousness that we exist in. I guess we could say queendoms too. Kingdom of consciousness that we exist in. And they're happening simultaneously, and we can tune our awareness and be in any of these experiences at any time, but oftentimes we have to move from stage 1 consciousness to 2 to 3 to 4. But I might do that several times a day. I might do it several times a week. And these are the 4 stages. Stage 1 is life is happening to me. This is what we call victim consciousness. This is where something outside of me is impacting my life and I don't like it. It is testing me, it is punishing me. Life is governed by external forces. Basically, I feel powerless and I keep asking, why does this always happen to me? Or WTF. If you're in the WTF mode, you might be in victim consciousness. Just saying. And in order for me to leave this state of being, I have to evolve. And in order for me to evolve, I have to let go of blame and shame. I have to give it up. And I have to give up the belief that I am a victim. I have to let it go. And when I move from that stage, I start recognizing that I have dominion over my life. When I evolve from victimhood, I release the blame, I release the shame, and I know that God is within me and there is a law that I can use it to affect my life. And when I use this law, I feel powerful, I claim dominion, and I know that I am cause in my life. I am at cause. And this is stage 2. This is life is happening by me. And we teach this a lot, and we've been teaching this in New Thought teaching starting, I guess, in the 80s and the 90s. This is when it was really, really big in the whole self-help era. And we teach about the tools, affirmations, treasure mapping, visualization. These are tools to get you out of victim consciousness into stage 2 consciousness, where you start realizing that I actually am a co-creator in the divine. I actually have a choice in this. My will gets to actually be done in this world. I can control my thoughts. I can control my life. Now, many of you in this room, this is an old hat. This has been around for a while. You've done this. You've been there. You've achieved your parking places, your palaces, your princesses, your princes. You've got all of those all lined up because your will has been done. Dun, dun, dun. Yay! But then there's something beyond that, because that's just stage 2. There's 3 and 4 consciousness that goes on. And a lot of people get stuck in this place as if this is what New Thought is all about. But there is a downside to this stage of consciousness, and she talks about it in this book. This is the book of the month, It's Not Your Money, by Tasha Silver. And she says one of the dark legacies of manifestation culture is that many people think that we attract every single blessed thing. They assume that only if we perfect ourselves enough, we gain VIP entry into a secret Disneyland where nothing bad ever happens. And then these same people blame themselves when the inevitable challenges of life come into play that are a part of our incarnate existence. Or they even judge others when their difficulties arrive, and assuming that they must have done something wrong. You might have heard somebody say, what in your consciousness caused that? Ooh, this is our evil dark side coming out. But that's not what life is all about. And people get stuck because they're in the place of the ego. This is where my ego is ordaining what is happening in life. And the truth is that when I'm dealing with life, my soul has different evolutions than your soul or your soul or your soul. It shows up in different ways. The more you trust Source, the less you'll need to worry about outside appearance. And that might be learning that you have more than enough no matter what that appearance is out there. That might be your soul's evolution. There's people that are multi-millionaires that are unhappy. They're unhappy and they don't trust people. And they keep experiencing a lack of trust. And they're miserable. They don't trust people, they don't trust the universe, they don't trust anybody. And they're miserable. And people look at them, oh, look, they have that great car, look at that, they have the great thing. And inside, they're unhappy. It's not the money that we're going for. It's the inside experience that we're going for. There are people I know who go paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, and they know that there is a source that fully supports their every single need. And they don't know how it happens. But for some reason, abundance always falls into place. They're able to do whatever they want. They travel, they go places, they're able to get everything done in joy and peace because they know that the universe fully supports them. It's an internal job. So perhaps you might be interested in moving out of stage 2 consciousness and into stage 3 consciousness. I'm assuming most of you are here because you have been very experienced in moving out of victim consciousness and into stage 2 consciousness. And many of you know all 4 of these stages. If you know, you go in and out of all of them all the time. But as a reminder, there's a really easy way to move from stage 2 consciousness, that life is happening by me, to stage 3 consciousness, which is life is happening through me. And one of the ways she recommends in the book, which I thought was really cool, I like this a lot, the first thing you can do is remove the word my from your vernacular. My money, my community, my job, my body, my life. And instead, replace it with the word God, or source, or universe, or love. Does not matter. Some people don't like the word God, and I don't care. Just find the word that means that infinite resource that is always sustaining, the great creator. Use that word. Try it out. God's body, God's money, God's community, God's job, God's company. It's a little shift. And how does it feel in your life when you're using God's money? When you're driving God's car? When you're employed by God? Chief Spiritual Officer, here I come. It shifts things. So that's the first thing that shifts it from by me to through me. The second thing is surrender. Surrender to something greater. That means you're going to let go of control. Now, what do you want to have control over? What fear do you have about letting go of control? Because we have this word for ego, E-G-O, edging God out. Our ego wants to have control all the time. It is mine. But whenever we surrender and let go of mine, then we let go of that control. We allow something greater than us to do the work through us. It's easier. I don't have to push or shove or make things happen because it's not me doing it. It's God doing it. I'm just a vessel for divine revelation to happen. So when I get into stage 3, after I've done those things, then I continue to evolve. I let go of control. I've established dominion over my life. I've built strong structures for myself. And I realize there's more to life than this. I surrender to Spirit and I let it use me. A lot of people in 12-step programs, sometimes they call it hitting bottom. It's like there comes a point where you're like, I just gotta let go of control. I can't control it anymore. And that's when the miracles happen. It's like when you're like, thy will be done instead of my will be done, things shift and miracles happen. So this is where Jesus said, it is not I, but the Father within that does the work. And in nowadays, we don't have to say, the Father within. It's the divine within. It could be the love within that does the work. It's not me doing the work. It's the divine doing the work. It's love that does the work on my behalf, which is extra cool. And so this is the place where thy will be done. And this is the place where we use the spiritual practice of visioning, where I release the ego. And in order to fully get into stage 4 consciousness, I have to completely let go of the idea that I am separate from God. I have to completely give that idea up. There is no other. There is only God. God as me doeth the works. And that's where life is happening as me. I release any idea of separation, and I have complete identification with God. This is what they call the Christ consciousness. This is what they called the divine, mystical mind, the expression of true connection. There is no separation. There is only wholeness. There is only unity. There is only the one. I am it. I am the expression of the divine showing up right here and right now. So those are the 4 stages, and what we're going to do is we're focusing on this idea of all of us thriving together. And in order to thrive together, we have to get beyond our ego self and into the willingness to let something greater happen through us. And in this book, she gives 5 steps to truly allow that experience to process through you. And the first step is to say a prayer for God to change you. Change me. Open me. Make me receptive to the unexpected. May I receive all that is meant for me over these next few weeks and beyond. Let me know my own worthiness to receive. Let me play with new ideas. Let me play with this life as an adventure. And let me embrace whatever happens according to your will. I'm yours, you're mine, we are one. Thy will be done. Change me. And the beautiful thing is you can invite love to do the work. Right? You don't have to do the work. You don't actually have to effort in the changing. You don't have to, I have to change now. I have to change myself now. You don't have to do that. Love does it for you. You just let it. Let it. Let it be through you, as you. God does all the work, all the heavy lifting. It's easy. The second thing is to start to clean your house. Now, this is really interesting because I thought I wanted to look up a bunch of different stories and different prosperity books to talk about each one of these points that she has. And in almost all of the prosperity books, I found this tip, which was clean your house. I found that really interesting. I mean, it was like Catherine Ponder in the 1920s, and like all of these different, Esther and Jerry Hicks, like all the people who have different books in abundance that I've been reading, it all said to clean your house. So there's something to it. There's a spiritual law about cleaning your house. Clean your house, because an important part of receiving is making physical space, making energetic space. Get rid of what you no longer want or need. Don't retain furniture, letters, clothing, or anything that you no longer need or use, because they might be somebody else's good. If you have it in your garage and it's been there for 10 years, it might not be your good. It might be somebody else's good. Why are you stopping somebody from their good? Let them have their good. Allow your good to be circulated into the universe. My wife and I, whenever Marie Kondo came out with her whole Netflix series, we would wake up on Saturday morning and we'd be like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch one episode of Marie Kondo, and then we're going to pick a room. And we totally did that. We had so much fun. And it was really interesting because during that time when Marie Kondo first came out with her Netflix series, I read this news article about all of these nonprofit charities like Goodwill and all the places that you donate to. They were overwhelmed with stuff because everybody was clearing out their stuff. But it provided a new energy and a circulation for me. And it can for you too. And if you have resistance, offer it up to love. Give it to God. Say, dear love, show me what I no longer need. Show me what no longer serves me. Maybe you don't know where to start. Start with a drawer. Start with your wallet. Start with a purse or a merce. Start with anything. Start anywhere. And if you don't know where to start, say, show me where to start. And trust me. The universe knows exactly where to guide you, exactly what to do with you, and exactly where you can start. The next one, number 3, is to stop complaining about money. Do you ever say, I wish I could buy that, but I don't have the money? I'm always broke, I'm always strapped for cash, I can't afford it. Well, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Try this on for size. Whatever I need always comes. The divine is my source. I offer all my finances to love. I know that all of my finances are the dominion of the divine. And whatever I need always comes. I have a really good friend, Brunessa Kunitz. She's a ministerial friend of mine. She says, needs always met. And we always share conversations, and I can guarantee you every single time I talk to her, she always says, needs always met, because she shares some miraculous story about something happening in her life. She's like, needs always met? And so we do this all the time. How often do you share your miracle stories? Share them. Tell your friends about them. Tell people about them here. I mean, last week I heard 3 miracle stories right after service. It was amazing. I was so inspired by this community. I can't believe it. It was such, And you know that miracles are contagious, by the way. They are so contagious. Miracles don't even need a mask. They are so contagious. They're just like, you can't stop them. They just keep happening everywhere. So if you start it, you will spread that good news everywhere. And I guarantee you, it will change your life. But you need to shift your words. You need to shift your words. My needs are always met. There's a practitioner friend of mine. She shared this story to me. And she said that she was having this experience where she was driving her car and her car check engine light went on, and so she pulled her car off the freeway, and then her car died. And her car died in front of mechanics. And, which was great. She was like, oh, well, what a convenient place for my car to die. And she went into the mechanic, and the mechanic said, well, it's going to take me an hour. And so she went on a walk. And she was like, you know what? Okay, God, I don't have any money right now. This is your car. This is your day. You choose what happens. I'm just here to be your vessel of expression. So it's up to you, and I surrender to that. But I know that I live in an abundant universe that fully supports me. And as she was walking along, this $20 bill flew by her, and she grabbed it out of the air. She looked around, and there was nothing, nobody around. And she was walking a little bit more, and then there was another $20 bill on the ground. And she picked it up, and she put it in her hand, and she was like, what the? And she kept walking, and then another $20 bill was on the ground, and so she picked it up, and she put it in her pocket, and there was literally nobody around, nobody. She was on the street. She was like, okay. And so when she got back to the mechanic said, well, I have good news. It's not too bad. It's your battery, and it's going to cost $59. She was like, okay. All her needs were met. So we don't have to know how it comes. We don't have to know what way it's coming to be. We just get to know that all our needs are met, that we are fully supported. So when you stop saying I'm broke, you stop affirming that. You start saying, I am always fully supported in all my ways, in all my activities. And if it's something that you want to have happen, but you don't have the money for it, you just ask the divine to make it clear whether or not you're supposed to be there. Okay, God, if I'm supposed to do this thing, make it clear for me. Make it easy. Show me the way. Show me how I'm supposed to do this. And if it's not meant to be, show me that it's not meant to be. And then just move forward in life. And you will receive an answer. The fourth one is to make a statement of gratitude. So every day, just find one thing you're grateful for. It's that easy. One thing. In your mind, think of one thing you're grateful for right now. Feel how it touches your heart. That's all. That was easy. You can do that every day this week. Find one thing you're grateful for. and allow the feeling to permeate you. And the beautiful thing about this is that the neurotransmitters in your brain will align with gratitude and thank you, and the neurotransmitters in your brain that are aligned with complaining and I wanted to say damnation. Okay, damnation. When they dissolve, they melt away, and you have more awareness of things that you're grateful for. Gratitude is a love vibration. It takes us out of our head and into our heart. And that love vibration changes everything. It changes everybody around us when we're in that love vibration. Remember to be grateful. And the fifth step is for you to say, it's easy for me to receive. Do you feel guilt when people give you things? Do you feel guilt when you spend money on yourself? When people offer to help you, do you turn them away? When you need something and somebody offers to give it to you, do you turn it down? You might need to start this process of receiving by saying, amazingly, somehow, through the miraculous intervention of love itself, it is suddenly easy for me to receive. Why is it so hard to just say thank you? Why? Are there strings attached? Do you feel like it's a quid pro quo? Did you grow up in a family with, whenever everything that was positive that came also came with an expectation on how it was supposed to be used? Or perhaps you give things away and you have an expectation on what that person does? You have strings attached? And so it's hard for you to receive fully and freely. So if you are realizing that you're receiving, because it's going to happen to you, because we talked about it this week, you're going to have to be open to receive, and so you're going to have opportunities to receive this week. And when you receive, it's a great opportunity to just say thank you. But if you feel like there's strings attached, you might want to say, okay, God, Spirit, if I'm not meant to take this, if there is a catch, please show me immediately. Show me a sign and make it clear. And if there's no sign, you say yes and thank you, and you receive. You need to engrave, it's easy for me to receive on your heart. And so it is.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything you know, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I follow, everything you know, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I fall, everything I know, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I fall, everything I know, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything I fall, everything I know, everything I know is you.
Well, as the ushers come forth, this is our time to consciously create our part in that circle of circulation, the law of circulation. So if you'll take your gift in your hand and thanking Spirit for this abundance that has come to me, I gratefully release a portion, knowing that it goes forth so that others may receive. And I complete the circle that is always abundantly supplied and abundantly received. And our affirmation, I let go of fear and let God appear as the abundance in my life.
All that I need comes to me. Light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. What an affirmation. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
And this abundance is gratefully accepted, knowing that it completes the circle and continues the circle as it goes forth, blessing our church, our community, and our world. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you. This time I would like to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Welcome to CSL. If you have questions about the center, Tamara can answer questions for you, or probably pretty much anyone. We have some refreshments downstairs, some fellowship. We invite you down to do that. Also, the bookstore is open. I will be around. If you find something in the bookstore, grab me and I'll come and help you do that. Tamara also has the device called the Square, so if you choose to use your debit or credit card for anything that we take money here for, she can help you do that as well. Remember that the talking stick is happening. Jeff will ring the bell when it's time for that. Sign up sheets for the street dance. We'd really appreciate if you're willing to volunteer a little bit of time for setup, bringing salads, and clean up for that. That would be great. No, I think I said all of that, and now it's time for us to claim our good together. So these are affirmations, which are tools in our consciousness toolbox here. So let's say these all the way down together. Here we go. I am conscious of the inner presence as my abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this presence as my prosperity. My mind is filled with light of truth. God is my source and my supply. And so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time.